up to this point?
Oh,
Do
well,
you know?
he's been doing this for years. He's been
Yeah.
in business for about 18, maybe even more. Um, but we typically flip about 250 properties a year. And that's flipping. So we'll fix and flip. We might wholesale, we might hotel, we joint venture with people. So yeah, about 250 transactions a year.
Holy moly. So you guys
Yeah.
are a bucking and jiving. You guys must be going all the time. Do you guys have like a big team around you or is it just the two of you?
We do. Oh no, no, we do. We do. It takes definitely a team effort to get this all done. But he really handles that aspect of the investment, on
Mm,
that side, and then him and I work with the construction together, and we have a nice team together. We work with about in multiple states now. We're in New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania just
mm.
recently. And we probably work with about 5 different crews. They're not
Okay.
our guys. We are general contractors, so
Mm.
we do work with other contractors, but probably about five in each state, different crews, and we keep them busy. I mean, we move them from one house to the next, so they're not our guys, but they are our guys.
I love it. Well, and then kind of walk me through. So your home was getting foreclosed on. You said you were, like you say, you kind of a hot mess express a little bit. Met your
Yeah.
boyfriend, started getting things rolling. So how did you go from, diving into real estate and moving into the more philanthropic angle that you're going to now?
So when I first started in the real estate, because I was new and I was completely new to the industry, I
Mhm.
never even thought to do this as a career. But I did see how much it benefited me at a time like when I was very much in need, being a single mother struggling.
Mhm.
And so I just said I need to get my name out there. I need to start getting leads by these moms, like other moms like me that might want to make extra money on the side.
Yeah.
And I said I'm going to start a networking group. And I pulled together my first group back in 2018. No, no, no,
Okay.
2018. Oh, I'm
Okay.
sorry, 2019. Pulled together my first group of women. And my mission was let's generate leads from them. They all drive around town. They see those disheveled homes. Maybe they know people that inherited a property. Maybe they were in a situation themselves, whatever the case was. And so I started the networking group and I had that going. The first group was about 50 women, 50 plus women. So I was
Uh,
like, this is fun. And we were networking. We were hanging out. I call them GNOs. So it's girls networking out rather than girls night out.
yeah, I love it.
Because if yeah, you're having a night out with your girlfriends, but it's with purpose. You guys are making genuine connections. You guys are referring each other's businesses or doing business with each other, even joint venturing as far as like going into business together. So I saw the
Hmm.
benefits of that. And I was surrounded by a bunch of really amazing women, some that happened to be single moms, some that maybe were single moms at a time. And I was like, let's back and, rewind when I was going through being a single mom for the first time in my 20s, because I'm
Mm.
divorced twice. Um, I always said, me and my best friend would sit there and talk about having a supportive group of women,
Mm.
just women going through the same thing. So now, fast forward, here I have a big community of women, all entrepreneurs, intrapreneurs, just women in business. And I was like, these women, not everybody is struggling. And this can be encouraging for that mom that's just going through this. Maybe this is her first run with, being single,
Hmm.
however it happened. But I said, I want to be encouraging. I want to start that group for single moms to know, like, hey, listen, you might be going through it, but you have hope. You have people that have been in your situation. And look at where me, for example, I was you at one point. So that's how I got into the Smart Foundation, which is the nonprofit.
I love it. Well, gosh, there's so much to unpack right there. So I want to dive in a little bit deeper. So how long have you been doing the networking work? You said like 6, 7 years now?
Yeah,
Okay.
2019.
So, I mean, what are some of the lessons that you've learned kind of along the way? Or has it been all smooth sailing?
It hasn't. It hasn't been all smooth sailing. I'll tell you one thing. You think you have this great career or this great thing, this great idea, like I'm going to start a networking group for women. And then all of
Mhm.
a sudden, someone sees that idea and they're like, I'm going to start a networking group. So now it becomes this competitive thing. And then it
Mm.
becomes this fear thing. What if my group's not big enough? And the one thing I've learned is, you know what? It's a wide ocean. There's going to be people that do the same thing. There's going to be people that see what you're doing and want to do
Mhm.
it. And you just have to have thick skin and you just have
Yeah.
to keep your mission and your purpose and your vision alive and just keep moving forward, keep moving towards it.
Yeah,
So I've
100%.
learned that for sure, just being competitive and just doing what you do, but at your best, different.
Yeah. I'll say that's fantastic. And I feel like that's, I mean, I don't want to just gloss over that because I mean, I think it's something that's really, really important where, yeah, sometimes like you come up with an idea, you think it's a fantastic idea, and then somebody, tries to kind of snag it from you, right? And they're trying to
Yeah.
compete with you a little bit. And what I've realized, and I'm curious to see if if you've experienced something similar, it's, when somebody's tried to, kind of copy what I'm doing, like it can be frustrating in the moment, but particularly with a networking group, like you're going to find like your audience, you're going to find your tribe, right?
Yeah.
And like that competing group, like they might have like a completely different audience, a completely different, tribe. But at the end of the day, like you're still finding the right people for you at that specific time. Have you found that to be the case?
Oh, yeah. I say
Mm.
it all the time. Your vibe attracts your tribe.
Yeah.
So what I
Yep.
put
I love
out
that.
there, yeah, and those connections I make, like it's a genuine connection. And the one thing that nobody can take from you is your
Yeah.
personality. They can try to act like you, they can, mimic you, but they'll never be you. So you just have to be yourself, be authentic. And those people that are on, that same path, they'll gravitate to you naturally.
Yes. 100%. Well,
Yeah.
and I'm also curious because they say you got, the networking, you've got the philanthropy stuff going on now, you got the real estate, obviously, you got the kiddos running around. So I'm really curious, like with all that stuff going on, how do you balance all of it?
So I will say I have 3 children.
Mm.
One is out of the house. She's 26. She's got her
Okay.
own kid. So I'm a grandma, a glamma, I call myself.
It's,
And then my son is 21. He's still trying to find his way. And then my 14-year-old, because she's my youngest, I
mm.
think she's a little bit more self-sufficient.
Oh, sure.
She's definitely does her own thing. She doesn't really need me to coddle her. But I will say with having the whole real estate and the construction company and then having the networking group, I also have a smaller group for 6 and 7 figure females. It's more of a sisterhood. And
Okay.
then I have my Smart Foundation, which is a nonprofit. The best way to manage it all is time blocking. I preach
Yes.
it. I tell people you're not going to do anything great if your mind is here, there, and everywhere. You have to set yourself a calendar schedule and follow it. I mean, I'm guilty of falling off the schedule at
Right.
times, maybe getting sucked into something else, but I really am consistent with just mapping out my day. First thing I look at in the morning is my calendar. I figure out what I have. If something pops up, where can I put that, fit that into?
Mhm.
But honestly, the best way to stay, on track and get everything done is following a schedule.